Hello and welcome. So today's topic is our left ventricle, as you can see in this photo. This is the anterior view and this is the posterior view. Now, it is conical in shape because it forms the apex of the heart. And the musculature or the wall of this left ventricle is almost 3 times thicker than the right ventricle. Okay? Now, in cross section or in horizontal section, if you see from above, you will see the inner part of this left ventricle is circular in shape. Okay? Now, from my earlier videos, you already know that this left ventricle contributes to form 1/3 part of the sternocostal surface or the anterior surface. Partially, it forms the left surface. It contributes to form the left border. Also, 2/3 part of this left ventricle forms the inferior surface or the diaphragmatic surface. Okay. Now, the interior part or the inner part of this left ventricle, it is almost similar to the right ventricle of my earlier videos, but there are some few difference. Anyway, so it also has inflow part, outflow part. Inflow part is rough, outflow part is smooth. Okay, inflow part is same, known as ventricle proper. Outflow part is also known as vestibular part. Okay, I will talk about this one by one. Now try to concentrate. First of all, as you can see in this photo, this is the left atrioventricular orifice or the left atrioventricular foramen, which is guarded by bicuspid valve. I mean, bi means two. It has two cusp or leaflets. It is also known as mitral valve. Okay, this foramen is present in between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Okay, made by fila coronaria, a modified collagenous tissue. It has two parts: anterior part, posterior part. Now, the anterior part is attaches with the nadir and left fibrous trigone, and the posterior part is attaches with the nadir along with the right fibrous trigone. Okay, now what is nadir? As you can see in this photo, this is it. This valve is 3D structure. Okay, the base part has outer border. This outer border is known as nadir. Okay, and fibrous trigones are, you can see this is a trigonal structure made by a fibrous connective tissue. Basic common sense. In the left ventricle, you will find two papillary muscle. Okay, one is arising from the sternocostal surface, I mean the wall which facing the sternocostal or anterior surface, and another you will find from the diaphragmatic surface or the inferior surface. So two papillary muscle, and this projects chordae tendineae, and in the base it connects with each other via trabeculae carni. Okay, now the outflow part. Okay, see, the basic thing is the blood from the lungs, okay, purified oxygenated blood coming via the pulmonary veins, right side 2 and from the left side 2 pulmonary veins entering inside of the left atrium, and from the left atrium this blood enters into the left ventricle through the mitral valve or the left atrioventricular orifice. Okay, now when this blood goes inside of the left ventricle, these mitral valves get closed. Now here is the thing, a big vessel arises from the anterior superior surface of the left ventricle, and this is known as aorta. Okay, now during contraction, all the blood of this left ventricle enters inside of this aorta. Okay, outflow part is also smooth, and the base of this aorta is known as vestibule. Okay, now this aorta also guarded by aortic valves. Okay, now one extra knowledge point for you, that suppose this forearm, my forearm is the left ventricle, and this wrist is the aortic valve, and this hand is the aorta. Now in between this part you are getting aortic valves. Just above this aortic valve there is little bit dilatation part in the root of the aorta. This dilatation part, it has little bit gap area. This gap area is known as aortic sinus of Valsalva. Okay, now from the anterior part of this gap area or this sinus area, right coronary artery originates, and from the posterior dilatation part of this aortic sinus of Valsalva, left coronary artery originates. Okay, so this is all about short video of left ventricle. I hope you a little bit understand it, and not so important for any kind of exams, but it's for your basic knowledge purpose. Now, see you soon. Till then, bye.